this, taking out your time. I know you don't have any other option, being my boyfriend, but then still, thank you for doing this.
No problem.
So, few days. So we do have a lot of questions, but I know there's a time crunch. So we'll try to answer some of the questions in part one, and then if people want, we can do a part two as well. We'll start off with Shayan Mishra's question. So he says, I don't want to go into controversial questions because there'll be many. My question is a detailed study on the technological and manufacturing advancement of China. China is the world's largest raw material provider. How did they become so? So if you can answer it in short for now.
So China gained independence in 1949, 2 years after India. So for around 20 years, they were totally a agricultural based economy. So basically, just like India is, most of their economic of money came from agricultural goods. Now during the reign of President Mao, or the dictatorship of President Mao, they tried to convert the economy from agricultural to capitalist or industrialized economy. Now, what happened was, during that time, the whole world realized that China is a place where there were 1.5 billion people and a lot of cheap labor. There was a lot of cheap labor available in China. The payment per hour was really low compared to the rest of the world, and China made sure they had the infrastructure to have access to infrastructure to invite other manufacturing companies from Europe, from America. So what happened was, in West, the labor cost is really high, so the manufacturing cost goes up. So that's why people shift the companies like Samsung, companies like Apple, companies like BMW, all shift their companies manufacturing hubs to China, because the labor is so cheap. Hence, the
So,
cost of the material
sorry
and
to
the
cut you,
product.
but why is it cheap? Like, we know that Indian
Because
laborers are way cheaper than Western,
no,
and
it's not.
Western people
It's
try
like
to hire Indian people. So, when we go on sites like freelancer and all that, so why is
because
China
so two
labor
reasons.
being in China cheap?
So there are two reasons. China labor is cheap. First of all, it's cheap. Secondly, China had since it's a dictatorship or it's a communist country,
Okay,
they didn't have the red tape of bureaucracy. India has bureaucracy, so there are lots of steps if a company has to come to India. It's a lot of you have to there are a lot of they think of red tapes or red tapes you have to cut to come to India, and the labor right now India is cheaper actually, but China at that time didn't have the bureaucracy. The Communist Party used to invite everyone. They used to give them all the everything they need, and more importantly, they had so many people and the labor was cheap. But at that time, India didn't have the so-called manufacturing setup. So China had that. We have it now a little bit, but China at that time had a much better setup for manufacturing, and the labor was cheap. There are two reasons. So there are two reasons. So one is cheap labor, and two, the whole environment for having a manufacturing hub. India didn't have that at time. Right now, Vietnam has that, Philippines has that, so a lot of companies are going there as well.
so like right now we are saying this thing like boycott China, but wherever we look, there is some kind of China involvement, be it in shares, like Ola and Swiggy, or be it like they own something like that. So there are a lot of applications like that we're trying to boycott, but when we are trying to boycott, we realize like China is involved in a lot of things. So we have divided this into, okay, whatever is China owns, we'll boycott that. Whatever
See,
shares they have put in other companies. So
boycotting,
why do you think
boycott.
like any other place like India could not do something like this, but China has so much, what
This
do
is
you
the
say,
issue. This is the issue with
involvement in any app or anything related to whatever we use
this
or
is
the
the
world uses.
so first of all, this is the issue with democracy. Every country who is a democracy will have a lot of multiple steps to make multiple steps. They will have labor laws, they will have unions, a lot of things, which hinders manufacturing growth. So in China, there are no labor laws, there are no labor unions, there are no labor health benefits. So people just come there in dingy mills and work all day. In India, you can't have that. In democracies like India or US, you can't have that. You will have labor laws, you have labor rights, you will have X number of hours which you can work, so which makes manufacturing a little bit more expensive. So since China didn't have all those, China basically like exploited human rights of the laborers. So the laborers worked for 24 hours straight. They didn't have any weekends or things like that. They were paid very low wages. And China used to be a very poor country, very very poor country. So they took what they had, and right now the thing is, regarding boycotting China, yes, we should boycott China, obviously, but it's not
How
supposed to be a,
viable is it to
it's
boycott
not
China
it's
from
it's
like
not a
everywhere?
it's not a it's not a knee-jerk reaction. By knee-jerk I mean we can't just stop using China. You can just stop one. It has to be a long step, multiple step processes where you will slowly boycott Chinese things and induct more Indian things into our. So for that we have to
Replace
boost up.
it. Yeah.
For that we have to boost up our manufacturing sector. We have to invite other companies and say, okay, look, we are going to cut off the red tapes. We are going to ignore the bureaucracy, and just bring other companies. We have to do it in a. This is a 10-year plan. This is not a 1-year knee-jerk reaction. This is a 10-year plan. We have to slowly improve our manufacturing, invite other companies, and then replace China as the world's manufacturing hub. You can't do. You can't just throw away everything Chinese. That's not possible.
I think we can actually do a detailed video on this because people are doing very crazy stuff to boycott China at the moment. But I
So
think we
kindly,
like
please,
need to
please
tell
don't
people and understand,
please don't throw away
that
your Chinese
how
phones.
viable.
Please don't throw away your Chinese phones. Please don't throw away your
It's
TVs,
useless. You've
because
already
you
bought
already
it and
paid
you've
them.
paid
Already
China.
paid
Yeah.
them. You can. So what you can do is you can not use Chinese applications which are not essential to you. The apps which are not
Like
essential
TikTok.
to you, like TikTok, like Camscan, and if you have an alternative, use that.
Yes.
If you have an
And
alternative,
there are
use
a
that.
lot of alternative videos on YouTube which different technical gurus have put up, like what you
Yes,
can
yes.
use now. So this may have been spread from the Wuhan wet market, but some people say this may also have been spread from the biological weapon. So I have few questions related to that also. I'll read out the questions and then you can answer them one by one. So Niloy Shah says, I don't think this was caused by bats. Rather, it's a conspiracy, a bioweapon made by Chinese along with one of the US doctors who was arrested last month, I guess. Their plan was to beat other countries economically and rule over them, and they're highly successful to this extent. Another question related to this is it a mere coincidence that the point of breakout of the epidemic is just within few kilometers from Wuhan Level 4 Virology Research Institute? And the last question is, China has been consuming bizarre diets for long. How come there were no previous virus outbreaks of such a large scale, which could spread worldwide irrespective of climate?
Okay, so first of all, currently there is no solid evidence accusing China of doing this using this as a biological weapon. Yes, US accused it, but there is no solid evidence. Yes, there are instances, there are kind of small evidences which you can string together and kind of say, okay, this might be done by virus, might be done by China intentionally. But the start of the virus is not proven to be China's intention. Now, that being said, what is proven is that China did cover up the incident for at least 2 to 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
which has caused a massive outbreak. Now, if China had, according to a study, if China had told and informed the world that there is a virus like this before before it's completely spread, or at least 3 weeks before they did, then the number of deaths would be at least cut down by 70%, and there wouldn't be a global pandemic right now. So now we don't know. I don't have proof. Neither I don't think anyone there is no proof in public domain that China did it intentionally or it's a biological weapon. But there is proof that they covered it up. There is proof that they issued a delayed response. They covered up they even put the doctor who introduced this virus to jail. So there are a number of proofs like that, and people, US and other countries have asked for sanctions against them. UN even asked for sanctions against them. So yes, the only thing we know is they covered it up. But whether they did it on purpose, maybe I don't know.
Okay, so
And
let's. Uh, okay, sorry. Continue.
regarding if see the I won't comment on the diets because what
Yeah, that's
what
what I was supposed. Like I was asking you.
their diet is, see, China, like most Asian countries like India, China used to be a very poor country. They used to be ruled by other countries. Like when we used to rule by India, China used to be ruled as well. They got the independence in 1949. They used to be a very poor country. Even now there is a lot of poverty in China as well. So the thing is, since they were poor, they didn't have access to a lot of food, so they used to eat everything they could. Even so, I won't comment on their diet or culture because that's their culture, that's what they eat. I won't comment on that because what you might find weird may be a food staple food for someone else. We shouldn't comment on that. But that being said, this is not the first virus that was spread from China. If you look at history, there are a number of viruses like SARS. On the top of my head, there is SARS, there is SARS-21, there is avian influenza virus. These are the two viruses that comes to my head that in the last I think 10, 15 years have spread from China. There you can go to the easily go to the WHO website and can see all the viruses that came from China. So yeah, their diet is responsible for spread of this virus. But that being said, it's wrong to accuse them of having weird diets because it's their culture. What can you can't do anything about it. People have weird
Yeah,
cultures. You can't
I
fault on that.
understand it's their culture, but since their culture may be like we're assuming there are two things, biological
Uh,
weapon and this one. But mostly at the beginning of coronavirus, it was said that it spread from the wet market. So
mhm.
considering this is actually causing harm to the entire world, then I think we should
They
have a
should
say
be.
on
It
their
should be. It
what
should
they
be.
eat or not.
See, it should be
Considering
regulated.
the wet market is still now open even
Open.
after
Yeah,
such
yeah, yeah.
a big
See,
pandemic.
that's it should be regulated. I'm not saying they should stop everything they eat. They should be regulated properly. So, for example, China has currently, as I've last seen, they have banned the import of wild animals and
Okay,
import and export of wild.
good.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if they restarted or something. That's what I've heard. But they have placed more strict regulations against importing exporting wild animals. So that's kind of a good sign. I don't know, but yeah, you can't. They won't be able to overturn the staple food habits in like a year, but they can place more harder sanctions on them so that it's regulated better. And even if see, even couple of years, I think 3 4 years ago, there was a Nipah virus outbreak in India. We all know in South India. So what happened in that? The Nipah virus happened. India immediately went to the WHO. They said, look, there is a virus like that which has a have a threat of being a global pandemic. So what happened was they contained it within a few days. I think close to less than 50 people died, and it was contained and everything was fine. So even if there is a virus, there are procedures to follow. A country should follow so that there is no pandemic because of that.
Yeah, like I recently learned that some of the scientists are taking the bats out and actually testing them for different kind of viruses.
Viruses.
Now, coming to this, while we are talking about this, that they're taking viruses, out like taking bats and testing them for other viruses. So, coming to this point, there's a question regarding this, which is that since they're already testing, so do you think they already have antidote to the virus? Because Sutrishna asks that, wait a second, how did China manage to stop COVID-19 from spreading anywhere else in China, barring Wuhan? Do you think like there's a, since they've already
No, no,
tested
no.
and they're
I don't
testing,
think.
there is an antidote or something they're
I
hiding
don't
from us?
think so. The reason, first of all, whatever figures come from China
Mhm.
cannot be trusted. So even whatever figures, because they are authoritarian, they are not democracy. They don't need to release their figures. So whatever figures come from China, don't believe that, first of all. And secondly, Beijing does currently have a second wave of virus going on. The Beijing schools are shut down. And thirdly, the reason why they sort of contained the virus is because what they did was what they did was they had an app application like we have the Arogya Setu app. They have a much more stringent app where whenever they saw there is a outbreak of coronavirus, they used to round up all the people and throw them in detention centers. You can't do that in India. They literally violated all sorts of human rights by when they locked people up. The people who were sick, they used to lock them up in their homes, and the army used to come, throw them inside their homes and lock them up. You can do those in an authoritarian communist dictatorship government. You can't do that in India. You can't do that in US or any democracy for that matter. So in a democracy, yes, there are positives, but there are cons like this where the government can't just uh, grab your throat and throw you inside your house. We have seen in India, we have the government and announced a lockdown and people are roaming around anyway. Even in US, the same
Yeah.
thing is same thing in US. So this is the problem with democracy. China is an authoritarian government. They have total control of their people. They have they don't care if they violate human rights as long as they can stop the virus. So yeah, that's why they could kind of limit the spread of the.
So there's another question related to this that how this is by Deepak Sen. He says how China contained COVID-19 to spread all over the country. In other countries, fresh outbreaks are seen after months. Is China hiding information? If yes, what is their motive? So you have already answered
Hmm.
how they are containing, but do you still think that there is a motive behind what they did? Like they did not inform,
So for,
before that such a
so
virus
the
has already spread, which
so
can lead
first
to a
of all, first
pandemic.
of all, we have to understand the setup of the Chinese government. The Chinese government is a one-party government. Okay, and they have no free media. there is no like anti-government or pro-government. There is just one body of media. I think Global Times, CGTV, and couple of media houses, and they are all government mouthpieces. So the whole setup of China, just like previous Soviet Union, is propaganda. So they want to project an image on the world. They look, we are good, everything is fine here. They want to project that image. So that's why, that is the initial reason why they didn't want to, you know,
Mhm.
say that we have a virus like this. They want to cover it up as long as possible.